Hello, my name is Federico. I'm with Garza Web Design, and today I would like to show the folks out there how to update their Drupal website. I'm going to update the core programming as well as the Drupal modules. This is for a Drupal 7 website. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run a cron job to see if we need to do any updates. So I've got my, I'm logged in already. I'm going to hover over here and just run cron. So it takes a little while to run. So what the cron job does, it actually re-indexes the database, some stuff like that, and then tells you what needs to be done. So here is just the results of the cron job. You can see the website's not secure. We've got a new core version available. Some modules are out of date. So what we're going to do right here is the main warning here. We can click Available Updates for more information and to install missing updates. So I'm clicking the Available Updates link, and then here's everything that can be updated. So we've got the Drupal core that needs to be updated from version 7.37 to version 7.38, and then we have a bunch of modules here that need to be updated. So what we're going to do now is, first thing we're going to do before we update anything is going to back everything up. So I'm going to do a backup. So I hover over configuration, find the system, and then backup and migrate. I click backup and migrate, and here we are. What I always do is I just back up the database. Now you can do some other backups here. You can back up the entire site. Code, the files, the database, everything else. I have yet to test this out, so I do everything manually. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick backup. Make sure this is selected, and then I click backup now. It's pretty much that easy. Now what this will do is it will back it up to your downloads folder. If you have that configured on your computer, you'll have to find out how your downloads are configured on your computer. It may differ from mine. Also, the response from your browser may be different. On Chrome, it shows your backed up file down at the bottom of the screen. On Internet Explorer, it'll be the same thing. I'm on Firefox right now. Firefox likes to show the downloads, so I'm going to click here and find my download. I am going to copy it over to my database updates. So I've got a special folder just for that. So now I have my database backed up and saved on my hard drive on my computer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to FTP into the website. You'll need to know what your FTP username and password is. If it is a website that is hosted by us, by Garza Web Design, then I can get you that username and password information. If your website is hosted by another hosting company, then you will have to contact them for that information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find Garza Web Design, and here I am. I'm logged in already. So what you'll normally find when you first log in is you will come to this folder right here. And so what you want to do is you want to go to public HTML. Again, this depends on your hosting service. But for us, for websites hosted by Garza Web Design, this is how you're going to get to it. You click public HTML, double click that. You're gonna, and this is it. This is your website. So here I have I have my Bing tag, I have my Google tag, I have a Web of Trust tag. So I've got all this stuff in here, and this right side is the server. The left side is my computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my Garza Web Design, folder. Here it is. And so I am going to do a backup. So I'm going to create a directory and enter it. Now again, this depends on your FTP client. I'm using FileZilla. It's probably the most widely used client, FTP client. So if you download FileZilla and install it on your computer, you'll be able to follow this tutorial step by step. So I'm going to do Garza Web Design, entire site backup. There. So I've got that there. And I am going to just grab everything. I'm going to click on the right side. This is the server side. And I'm going to just click on one thing, and I'm going to click and press Control A to grab everything. And then I'm going to drag it over to this computer side, the left side. So I just drug it over with my mouse. And it takes a little while to do this. And so while it's doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out of here and then come back in just a second so I can take some time off the video. Okay, you can see that we're almost done right now. And the reason why we download all the files is it effectively creates a backup of the entire website. So if something catastrophic were to happen, you would be able to re-upload all the files and recreate the website using the database and the files we just downloaded. So with that done, I will show you what we've got here. Here's the entire site backup. Again, the left side is the computer side. The right side is the server side, the side that the website's actually backed up, or actually stored. And so it's the same exact thing. We have everything the same, left and right. Appears to be the same. You'll want to verify this for yourself. So let's go ahead and minimize the FTP. And we're back to the website here. So we have the database backed up, we have all the files backed up, and now we're ready to do the core module update. I'll show you. I'm going to go back to reports. We're going to go click on available updates. And here are the available updates. You can see that Drupal core needs to be updated from 3.37 to 3.38. So to do that, we have to download this Drupal core, and Drupal gives you the download link right here. So all you do is click download, and again, this is Firefox. You may see something different if you're working in Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. So this pops up. I'm just going to save it, and so there it is right there. Open it up where it's downloaded to. Again, on your own computer, you'll have to figure out where that is already. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and open with whatever zip software you have, or unzip software. So I'm using ZipReader. It's a free software. So I'm going to click ZipReader, and what's going to happen is it's going to extract the zipped file into the standard file configuration that we're all used to seeing. Drupal uses zipped files because it's much easier to download. Now while it's downloading this, I want to let you know that the file backup time took me about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Your time will vary depending on your connection speed and how big your website is. So I really can't tell you how long it's going to take for you to download all those files. Alright, here we are. The files have been extracted successfully. I'm going to click OK. And depending on your software, on your zip software or unzip software, how you get to this will vary. But if you're using the software that I'm using, then it will just open up for you. So we have Drupal 7.38. I'm going to double click into here, and here is the core set of files. Now I'll show you it looks very much like the core set of files that you see on the server, the live server on the website. So I'm going to go back here. Here we are. You see includes, miscellaneous, modules, profiles, scripts, etc. This one is not part of Drupal, it's just part of the server. It's on every server. Includes, miscellaneous, modules, profiles, scripts. It's the same exact thing. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to get to this folder here on your FTP. So what I'm going to do, you'll have to find it on your own. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click right here. Again, I'm on a Windows 8.1 computer, so this is what it shows me on Windows 8.1. If you're using a Mac, or if you're using a Linux machine, it's probably going to be different. But if you're using Windows, this is what it's going to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here and grab it all. I'm going to Control-C to copy. I'm going to we go to the FTP, and again, the left side is your computer, the right side is where the live website is being stored on the server. So we're going to go to the computer side, and I'm going to select this, hit backspace, and Control-V. And then I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so now what we have here on the left hand side is what we see right here. So this is a freshly downloaded copy of Drupal 7.38. So let's go here, and I am going to what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on this right side. Actually, before we do that, we need to put this website in maintenance mode. So let me go back to the website. Here's the website here. I'm going to go home. So I'm going to click on home. You can do it by just clicking on this icon here, or you can just go straight home here like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put this into maintenance mode. So you hover over configuration, development, and then you see maintenance mode popping up. If you don't have access to this, let me know and I will get you access. So I want to click the maintenance mode message and say we are performing security updates and we'll be back up momentarily. Actually, we'll be back up in about 20 minutes. And then what I like to do is I like to put the date. So the date now is August 2nd, 2015. August 3rd. August 3rd, 2015. Then I like to put the time. So it is 0634 Eastern Standard Time. It'd be nice if I put this into maintenance mode. So put site into maintenance mode. Save configuration. So I have a new message. The maintenance mode is selected, is checked. Hit save configuration. There it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in, or I'm going to open up the website using a different browser. This is Internet Explorer, webdesign.com. Okay, so you see that it's not in maintenance mode. You can still see the regular website. So what I need to do is I need to go back here and flush my cache. So I'm going to flush all cache. I hover over the icon, click flush all caches. Now if you have your website cached, which I have, all our websites that we design are cached by default. This allows your website to load up faster. Okay, every cache cleared. So now I'm going to go back to Internet Explorer and I'm going to refresh this. There we are. Garza Web Design, our site is launching soon. I should have something different there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. But you can see that here's our message right there, that we're going to be back up. So let me minimize that. We have it in maintenance mode. Now we're ready to delete and load up files. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you're going to delete every Drupal file except sites and temp. So we're going to includes, miscellaneous. Now these are the folders: module, profile, scripts, themes. Notice that we skipped sites and we skipped temp. These sites is where your guts of the website are. This is where your skin and your muscles are. Everything else is a skeleton. So the sites folder is what makes your website unique. So do not delete that. Allow it to stay there. Okay. And what I'm doing when I select these, let me do this over again. What I'm doing is I'm going to select includes, and I'm going to click on the control key, and this will allow me to select multiple ones. So let's try this again. Now let me scroll down here. Notice the ones that I'm selecting. More importantly, notice the ones I'm not selecting. The Bing one, I'm not going to select. Google, I'm not going to select. These are not Drupal files. You can tell which ones are Drupal files by looking on the left-hand side. This is the computer side. See, all these files are in the Drupal core set of files. So I'm selecting all the ones that match. So I have maintainers. Notice that PHP INI is not on the left side, so I'm not going to select that. README is on the left side, so I'm going to select that. Robots.txt. Notice it says do not delete here. I'm not going to select that. I don't want to delete it. I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, so now we have all our files selected. I'm going to do one more check here on the left-hand side. Includes, includes. Miscellaneous, miscellaneous. Modules, modules. Profiles, scripts, sites, but I do not have sites selected on the right side. That's the server side. I want to keep that there. That's what makes the website unique. Themes, themes. Notice that temp isn't on the left-hand side, so I didn't select that. So I'll just keep on going down here. I've got HT access on the left side. I'm going to look here. HT access I have here selected, and so it looks like I've got everything selected on the right side that exists on the left side, with the exception of the sites folder. So now it's time for me to delete everything on the live site, everything that I have selected. So you can hit the delete key if you're using FileZilla. So I'm going to hit the delete key. Do you really want to delete these things? Yes. Okay, the time that it takes to delete this stuff, again, depends on your FTP client and your connection speed. So it's going to take a little while to do this. Okay, it looks like I'm done. So see, on the right hand side we have CGI-bin, sites, and temp. We have Bing, Google, Web of Trust, PHP INI, and then robots do not delete. Sites is the only Drupal folder set of files that are still on the server. Everything else is gone. So now is the easier part. I'm going to click on the left hand side. This is the computer side. I'm going to press Control A on my keyboard. I'm going to press, and then I'm going to deselect sites. So on a Windows machine, I'm going to click Control, press Control key, and then click sites. And that's it. Now I'm going to verify that that's all I have selected. So I have everything except for sites selected. I don't need sites because we have sites here on the right hand side. So I am going to right click everything, and I'm going to click upload. So here we are. Again, if you're using a different FTP client, your commands to upload may be different. So you'll remember that when I downloaded all this stuff, I just drug it over using the mouse. This time I right clicked, and you can drag the stuff from the left hand side to the right hand side as well. I just wanted to show you a different way to do that in FileZilla. So you can either drag the files with the mouse, or you can right click it and upload or download, and it's the same action. So you can see that stuff on the right hand side is populating. We've got about 750 files left. The speed at which this happens, again, depends on your computer, the size of the website, and your connection speed. So I wish I could tell you with a lot of confidence how long this whole process takes, but there are just too many variables for me to be able to predict that for you. Okay, so we are still transferring these files. So now what we're doing is we're uploading all the core files. And this is with Drupal 7.3.8 at this time that this is recorded. And as soon as this is done, what we're going to do is we're going to run some updates on the website. Alright, we are done uploading the website. So you can see that the entire website was 10,000 files exactly. You can see the successful transfers, 10,000, failed transfers, nothing. So everything seems to be working, everything seems to have been uploaded correctly. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the website, if I can find it. There we go. So here we are. And now what we're going to do now is run an update. So let's go ahead and hover over the left icon, the Drupal icon. Yours may be a different icon, but it's going to be in the same place. Hover over that and then click Run Updates. And so now what it's going to do is it's going to, okay, well, before we go into all that, when you run your updates, it says back up your database. We've done that already. Back up your code. We've already done that already. And then we put the website in maintenance mode. We've done that already. And then you install your new files in the appropriate location. We've done that already. And we are ready to proceed. So click continue. If you haven't done any of this stuff, you can put everything on hold and get these things done. I highly recommend you do every one of these steps. If you don't, you may be very, very sorry. Click continue. So it only takes just a little bit to update this. There we are. If there aren't any errors, as we see right here, we should be okay. So now we're going to click front page. You may get different messages here on the green, but as long as there are no errors, you're okay. Okay, so now let's rerun the cron. So we'll hover over this icon, run cron. There we are. So you can see Drupal is now 7.3.8. When we go back down, we still see that we have some modules out of date. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all of the modules with the exception of MD Slider. That's a custom module, so I'm not going to worry about that one. And I'm going to click download these updates. So here are the installed versions, here are the recommended versions. So the core is updated, we just want to update some of the modules. Back up your database and site before you continue. We just did that. I'm going to click continue. Oh, perform these updates with site and maintenance mode strongly recommended. Notice that this is already pre-checked, so we don't have, well, the website's already in maintenance mode, but even if it wasn't in maintenance mode, it would put it in maintenance mode and then take it out of maintenance mode automatically. So click continue. A lot of times what I forget is to put it back into standard mode from maintenance mode. Okay, so all these have been installed successfully. Now we are going to run the database updates. So we're just going to update the database, reindex the database, back up your database, back up your code, put your site in maintenance mode, and install your new files. Everything has been done. I'm going to click continue. And now we have 2 pending updates. I don't even worry about this. I don't even see what the pending updates are. I just apply pending updates. Okay, so now it's updating the database with the new files. And so by updating these modules, they oftentimes include security updates, but sometimes they'll include functionality updates. So might be some bugs in the old modules. There may be, it may make the website slower, and then every new module, every new version of the module is just an improvement on itself. So it always behooves you to do these updates. Okay, so I click front page. And it's going to take a little while because nothing is cached anymore. Okay, so here we are. So now let's run the let's run a cron job one more time, and we'll see what the website tells us. Here we go. Here's the status report. So it looks like we've got 7.38. It still says here, module and theme update status, out of date. So we're going to click that, and we already know what this is. We didn't update the MD slider, and that's the only one that is there. So I'm not going to worry about that. That's a customized one, a customized module. I'm not worrying about that. So now we are ready to bring the website back up. Hover over configuration, hover over development, click maintenance mode. I'm going to take the site out of maintenance mode by deselecting that, and then click save configuration. Okay, I'm going to go to Internet Explorer, and I'm going to click Control R, and that refreshes the website. And there, we're back. We're out of maintenance mode. So we go back home here, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. Again, the time will vary depending on your computer, on the size of your website, and your connection speed. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or leave a comment, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, my name is Federico with Garza Web Design. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.